Thanks for listening to Get in the Hole, your number one stop for all things in the world of golf. Watch and subscribe anywhere you get your favorite shows on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, Google, and more. Just search Get in the Hole. Get in the Hole is the official golf pod of the Underground Sports Philadelphia family of podcasts. Now let's get right into the action. Here's your hosts, Steve McAvoy and Ben Pirro.
Philadelphia, baby, you're going to love it. Best sports fans in the world. Actually, the worst, but that's what makes them the best.
No, the worst thing was, and I'm going to preface this by saying that I love doing a podcast because 99% of the people who I talk about on this show have no idea that I do this. So I can just come here and just spit shit all day long, and no one knows we're being talked about on literally like the national air. If you find us, like you could find anything I'm talking about. There was this kid, let's call him David, who I went to high school with. I was in senior year Spanish, and there was like a row of guys who were juniors, so you're younger than us, who tested out of like Spanish 4, and we're in like Spanish 5, or like, sorry, they should have been in Spanish 3, they're in Spanish 4. And this one kid sat, his last name started with Z, so he sat in the back corner of the room, next to the row of the guys of the juniors. And one of these kids, let's call him David, like looked like a fish. Like no offense to the kid, but like just not a handsome guy. Face kind of like a fish. My friend, who sat in the back of the room, had a younger brother at the time who was like 3 years old, and he loved to fish. And he had a Fisher-Price fishing rod. And this kid bought it into class one day, and is fishing at the kid David in the middle of class. My teacher was this like 70-year-old woman who had no fucking clue what was going on, was facing the board the entire time and just writing. And there's this fucking kid in the back just fishing with his little Fisher-Price fishing rod at this fucking kid.
That's unreal.
It was one of the funniest moments ever, next to when there was this other kid who I went to high school with who convinced his math teacher. She bought a pumpkin in like for school, just like, oh, let's name the pumpkin. And she convinced him to name it Chode. My school doesn't seem real if you like actually like think about it. Like I tell friends stories that like they have no idea that like it even really existed. Anyways, with that being said, I digress. For all you people who actually do watch this show, and I happen to tell a story about you, please let me know. Please comment. I'm very curious if you actually watch me, and you can comment on any sort of
and subscribe if you're
mistellings or any or anything I might be missing. I have so many stories that I could tell. But not enough time. Anyways, welcome into the Get in the Hole podcast. Kyle Bennett, Steve McAvoy here with episode 122. The first week of the PGA season, technically the PGA season, because the fall swing kind of just like is sitting in like no man's land. It's kind of in like its own galaxy. Like the 2024 calendar season really starts with the century, and they announced that halfway through the 2023 year. And if you watched the episode last week, you understand that now. They're like, the 7-week stretch in the fall means basically nothing to nobody, except
it's an enigma.
It's basically an enigma. The same person who hacked our show yesterday. However, for the second straight year, I have accurately predicted the winner of the Fortinet Championship.
Fortnite, get down.
Which is amazing.
Steve, you're now the mayor of Tomato Town.
Fuck. It can't be like Tilted Towers.
Fair.
You know, John texted me like yesterday or 2 days ago. I was at a wedding, and he goes, "Yo, dog, remember when we used to play Fortnite?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Those were the days." I still haven't answered him to this day.
The thing about
it's been 48 hours, and I just said like, I'm not answering you after you sent me that kind of a text.
You don't know that they're the good old days until they're the good old days.
Honestly, the good old days really was sophomore year of high school when like Fortnite first came. Sorry, sophomore year of college when Fortnite like first came out and broke out onto the scene. I'd be playing it for like 8 hours a day. It was so bad. But anyhow, Max Homa last year, Sahith Theegala this year. Your boy defended his title at a tournament. I don't know if it's more impressive that I just picked consecutive winners at the same event, or a player actually defending his title in a weak field. I don't really know. It's probably the latter. But I will take the pat on the back before Ben comes in and absolutely shatters me because I'm mounting my own ego despite him never getting a pick right.
We have to like have a day where like we are absolutely free and just go through episodes where we made picks that were correct and make a montage video.
I can actually already tell you all of the episodes that we got exactly right. We predicted
Perfect.
Hideki Matsuyama at the Zozo when he last won, Max Homa last year, Sahith Theegala this year, Ricky Fowler when he won at the Rocket Mortgage,
Tony Finau.
Tony Finau at, was it the 3M Open? It might have been, or
Something
it was
like
one of his
that.
more recent wins.
It was like last year.
I may or may not have predicted Max Homa at the Farmers last year, and then I picked John Rahm once, one other time this season.
And Owen predicted a win too. I forget which one that was.
Owen did predict a win, and then we had one other one. Like it was like a really random event. John Rahm at the Mexico Open when like the next best player was like Patrick Reed. I was like, this is a slam dunk. He was like plus like 400. I was like, so that was a home run. Oh, I predicted This is probably the best one. I predicted Patrick Cantlay and Xander Schauffele to win the Zurich Classic as a duo pair. And I was like, oh, they have like 7.5 strokes gained better than every other duo in the field. And I literally said they'll win by like 4 strokes, and they won by 4.
That would be
I was literally at a wedding that weekend, and I was like, I'm all over this. So I know most of the wins. I think there's probably one win that I'm missing. We've had a very large, like, lion's share of runner-ups, though. Like, I took Russell Henley the week he lost to Hideki Matsuyama at the Sony last year. I took Kevin Kisner when he lost at the Wyndham. Like, we've had some really, really good calls on this show. So, for those of you who are looking to get, like, into the golf world, and also at Nick Costos, if you're watching this, please get me on for your golf bet segment, because I will kick ass every week and win your viewers on Odyssey and BetMGM and all those sites a lot of fucking money. But yeah, so Sahith Theegala, big first win. If you didn't watch Full Swing, absolutely watch it, because watching his father is absolutely electric. They interviewed him on the 17th and 18th hole with his son up. And I believe Sahith holed out on one of those like final holes, I think on 16 or 17. And you just see his dad, like, pure joy and like almost tears running down his face, knowing his son is like that close to the finish line. And just capped it off with a huge win. Really, really hot performance from Theegala. At least in a shortened field, I don't want to discredit his win at all, because at the end of the day, a PGA Tour victory is a victory. It's in a 73rd start. But in a weekend field, he really did dominate amongst the pack. Strokes gained in every category, played his heart out. Really did deserve a win. So shout out to Sahith Theegala. Shout out to me for winning all of our people money. I won myself beer money last night, literally, for the Zach Brown concert. So the definition of beer money is to win you some beer money. And guess what? I won some fucking beer money. But the real story, I think, to round out the week, aside from Sahith Theegala's victory, is the other two guys that everyone was like, why are they playing this week? One of them made total sense. The other one was like, all right, why are you here? Actually, I'm lying to you. Both of them made total sense why they were here. Max Homa trying to three-peat here at the Fortinet, and Justin Thomas trying to figure out what the hell is wrong with him. Came into this week, needed a really good week. No tournament this week. However, the Ryder Cup next week is going to be a huge, huge, huge moment for not only Justin Thomas, but for Zach Johnson, who took the risk to take JT over someone like Keegan Bradley, over a Dustin Johnson, Bryson DeChambeau, insert live player here who very well could have made the roster, and a few other PGA Tour players as well. Justin Thomas finished, I believe it was like top 10. I think it might have been 7th or 4th. Let me check that actually. 5th, even better. A really strong 5th place finish for JT. Finished at 15 under the card. Again, strokes gained in every category, in particular the putter, which is a big deal in the Ryder Cup, as we've already mentioned. Max Homa finished T7. He came out, said the only reason why he was here, aside from practicing was trying to three-peat, was to just get in the zone, get things going, have a good week back in the States, then fly out to Rome and get things ready for the following week. So both of them had really good performances. Should we buy into any of this in terms of how they're going to translate to Rome? I know two different style golf courses. Napa, much more resort style, much more laid back, as is most of the Full Swing events. Marco Simone literally like gearing up for a Ryder Cup. It's going to be incredibly challenging, really high rough, very, very tough conditions. Should we be buying into any of this week?
I think it's a positive sign, like a positive step in the right direction to just get right, where it's like there is less pressure on you, but also when you're coming off a season like JT had, you could crumble under there being less pressure. It's like, okay, like no pressure on me. Let me go out here and like figure some things out. And you could be trying to work on aspects of your game and falter. I think the fact that not only did he finish, tied for fifth, but 15 under for JT this year is like night and day from what we saw throughout the entire regular season and going into the playoff. I think it's a good sign. It's not something that you should like, bet the farm on, that JT is fully back, but it's a good step in the right direction for him figuring out what the hell happened in 2023 and getting back to the JT that we all know and love.
Well, the nice thing about Justin Thomas's performance this week, I mean, you look at his numbers according to LIVGolf, it's only the second time he's gained strokes putting over the last 9 weeks, dating back to the Memorial. He's lost strokes putting. What is this now? 1.25, 2, little under 1. He only gained 0.13 at the Rocket Mortgage, then was losing about a half stroke each at the Genesis, Scottish Open, the Open, and the 3M. He gained a little bit at the Wyndham. But then you're also seeing around the green, he's gaining a lot more. His approach play was terrific this week. He gained a stroke. It's the first time he's gained a stroke in 7 events on approach. And then off the tee, pretty much even. You kind of notice what his worst events are when he's playing tough off the tee. And overall, his strokes gained total number of 2.2, which, if you look back the entire year, only hit that mark 4 times the entirety of the season. So a really good sign. You also have noticed his swing is a lot different. We don't really know who his swing coach is quite yet, but we had noted last week, stepping away from his father and from his old putting coach. So he's starting to kind of figure out his new swing and see what he can do, albeit, is it going to work in time for the Ryder Cup? I don't really know. I'm not totally buying into it that much, but you're right. I think it's a good telling sign for at least what can come. As for Max Homa,
did JT have daddy issues? Sound off in the comments.
No, like it's a fair question. Like his dad is a golf pro. He's the one who's taught him his entire life. All of a sudden, you get into this funk, and it's been JT's problem for years now. It's you're hot for 3 weeks, and then you go ice cold, and you don't know like where to go back. And then all of a sudden, it just spikes again. And it's typically at the courses that he plays the best at is where he gets those spikes. So at this point, it's like you're basically watching. It's like a report card. Like the first quarter of the year, it's like A, F, 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 A. Like there's no between. There's no B's. There's no C's. It's either an A or an F. And so, like, I think when it comes to that, yeah, I think it might have been an issue of dad's getting too hard on you, becoming more of a coach than a father. Which also, and people always say like don't work with your family. I think it might reign true here in this instance. Might have gotten a little bit too much, and it might have caused some mental fatigue. As for Max Homa, again, really good sign for him. I'd had a bit of a rough patch for a few weeks leading up to this week, but to get loose, get things going, went to Cal Berkeley, is from the area, so to have a pretty much a hometown event was good for Homa. But while JT and Homa, the only 2 guys on the U.S. Ryder Cup team who were playing this week, it was the European team who had a weekend. KB, I got to read these numbers to you. Just like I said it last week. I think Team Europe might have the edge, albeit slim, and less because of the home field advantage, more because of the actual form these guys are in. Tyrrell Hatton, T2 at 17 under. Rahm, 4th at 16 under. Hovland, 5th at 15. Fleetwood, 6th at 14. McElroy was T7 at 13. T10 was Ludwig Aberg and Sepp Straka, and the T18 was Lowry and Fitzpatrick. The majority of the Team Europe team finished in the top 20 at the BMW PGA Champion, at the BMW European Tour Championship, which is traditionally one of the harder events on the DP World Tour year in and year out. This is something that I think we got to talk about and play into, because while the event took place in the British Isles, much different from what we're going to be seeing in Italy, but still follows the same idea, link style golf, typical for what you're usually seeing in Europe. Weather is almost the same, maybe a little bit rainier and windier, but even then, you're playing in harder conditions as you would if you go to Italy. So to be able to do that, I think shows that this team is really, really hot right now. And I think Luke Donald's got a really good squad ahead of him.
Yeah, that's a real good sign. For Team Europe, who I feel like year in and year out are usually going into the Ryder Cup, especially as of late, kind of as the underdogs. For them to be playing some of their best golf collectively a week before, the Ryder Cup, event-wise happens, it's a good sign. I think we can all agree that the Ryder Cup is at its best when both squads are playing their best golf. And if we can have an ultra competitive Ryder Cup this year, that's going to be fun, and that's where the drama and the scenes and all the shit talking and the good Ryder Cup content comes from. So I'm here for Team Europe playing well, and I'm here for Team USA having a little, concern around them. Did they make the right picks? I like the drama and the build up to this.
Oh yeah. No, I think there's a bit of a chip on their shoulder for the USA team because considering they haven't won an event since whose administration was it? The Clinton administration, maybe? 93, I think was the last time they won. They won
the year I was born.
Yeah, they haven't. Yeah, they haven't won since 1993 on European soil. So when you look at it that way, and considering that their top point scorer that year was Floyd Stewart. Not Floyd Stewart, Raymond Floyd, and Payne Stewart. What a dumb comment from me. The fact that back then it's taken them almost 30 years to possibly win, I think they have a big time chip on their shoulder. And like you said, this is the most competitive European team you probably ever had. I said it last week. Again, I'm dating myself here, but this is the first time that we're getting away from the Garcia, Westwood, Poulter kind of cast of guys. And now we're bringing in Matt Fitzpatrick in his second go-around. You have a core four of Hovland, Rory, Rahm, and then even Shane Lowry is the veteran who hasn't played his best golf as of late. Tommy Fleetwood is a terrific golfer, despite not having a PGA Tour win in about 170 events. This is a stacked team. And the fact that you're giving them the home field advantage, I think already is a huge boost for them. So I'm really looking forward to a really big week. This is an event that I'm totally playing into for this team. They have a really good shot this upcoming week. And Zach Johnson's got a lot to prepare for, I'll tell you that much. It's going to be quite a show. We're going to take a short break. On the other side, we are going to discuss a little bit of fun news about the TGL set to launch in February of 2024. Sergio Garcia's attempt to make the Ryder Cup team. And we have a little game for you this week. KB has no idea what's going on. We're very excited for it. We'll be right back here on the Get in the Hole podcast. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back into the Get in the Hole podcast. Kyle, Bennett, Steve McAvoy here. Ben taking a bit of a not a break today. He had a late tee time. He's hopefully going to jump in here soon. Hopefully, possibly in time for a little game time. KB, Deion Sanders was just interviewed yesterday. Was asked what was the hardest part about his career, and he said trying to hit a baseball. I want to ask this question as somebody who has played a variety of sports in your time. I played baseball in high school. Played golf now. Do you think it's harder to hit a baseball, at least as a pro, to hit a baseball or be relatively competitive in golf?
Ooh. That's a great question, honestly. Because when you look at it from the pro baseball perspective, people really don't take into account how small that baseball gets when it's coming at you anywhere 95 to 100 miles an hour on a consistent basis from, the top tier elite pitching. And then to be able to have the split second decision to swing on that ball, to make contact and, talk about power hitters and being able to hit it over a fence for a home run. That's difficult. Being competitive at golf is also, I think, in the same stratosphere, just at a slower pace. if that makes any sense, because you don't have the ball coming at you. You're the one that's the driving force behind that ball moving. So it's almost like a different mindset, but I think same stratosphere on level of difficulty.
Different thing that I also came across the other day, and I just remembered about it. Barstool put out a post about like best moments in sports, and it was one of those like lights, camera, Barstool things. And one of them was a hole-in-one or a walk-off home run. I'm leaning walk-off home run because I think in all scenarios they're a little bit more intense. A hole-in-one, I feel like it happens almost once an event, maybe even a couple times. But like if you want to put into perspective, like Sam Ryder's Waste Management Phoenix Open hole-in-one versus like a pimped walk-off in the playoffs.
Yeah, like it is tough because like with a hole-in-one, it's not necessarily a game-winning shot per se. Like it could win you the event because that is, a shot that, you're not having to take multiple strokes to get it in the hole. # for the brand. But with a walk-off home run, it's like, boom, here's your glory. You just won a game for your team, for your city, and now you get to go home and be a victor for at least the day. Where the hole-in-one, it's a personal victory, so there is a little bit of difference, I think, in that. And I think it just comes back to it's not necessarily a game-winning shot, but I do think they both hold credence in being like major sports successes because of how, a hole-in-one happens once an event, maybe sometimes more, but the common man like you and I, how often are we hitting a hole-in-one that if we hit one, we're bragging about that in the group chat. We're bragging about that to our friends and family for God knows how long. So I think there is a level of equivalency there, but I think it's almost on a different playing field, if that makes sense.
So I found this video here. 22
to Jonathan Bird look like he's in the Grand Poobah thing that Fred Flintstone and Barney are in.
He's wearing a fez. The man's wearing a fez. All right, so like first of all, Jonathan Bird had no reaction to that, which is kind of terrible. Like, bro, you won the event. Don't try and be like, be like humble about it. You had a walk-off ace. I've never heard of anybody else do that. Although I have seen a couple of walk-off aces in disc golf, but now pretty damn cool. All right, back to the news. Steve Cohen, everyone's favorite uncle. Who's your favorite uncle? Has just purchased the 4th franchise of the TGL, started by Rory McIlroy and Tiger Woods. They're set to launch at some point in 2024. I believe the reported time is roughly February or March of 24. Or January of 24, which is interesting. I thought it was going to be February because they're planning on airing it Monday nights. So they'll be competing with Monday Night Football late in the year. Interesting. But TGL, the golf league started by Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy, has now found its 4th owner. Yeah, honestly, it's the better version at that point. But started out in August, was originally a venture that was to rival the idea of like LIV for the PGA Tour to be a part of. They were obviously a group within it, started by Tomorrow Sports. Investors in the league include Steph Curry, Andre Iguodala, Shaq, Dwayne Wade, Kevin Durant, F1 driver Lewis Hamilton. Shout out to our friends over at F1 Underground. Alex Morgan, Shohei Ohtani, Mike Trout, Vineland's own. Bills quarterback Josh Allen, Serena Williams, who actually owns the LA franchise, Diana Taurasi, and then also Justin Timberlake, and Fanatics founder Michael Rubin are investors in the group. But now the 4 teams that are established, again, Monday nights, teams of 3. There's, I believe, 12 guys that are already committed to the league. So we're going to see how many guys come on up until then. But as of right now, there's the LA Golf Club, which is owned by Venus and Serena's husband, Alexis Ohanian. TGL Boston, they're owned by, of course, the Family Sports Group, John Henry, same guys who also own Liverpool Football Club. TGL Atlanta, owned by Falcons owner Arthur Blank. And the New York company will now be followed by Steve Cohen.
Is that the team name? Is the New York company?
No, but they're going to be the New York company.
I was going to say that would be because you know how like soccer teams more specifically, and like I see it in the PLL obviously with lacrosse club and then like football club, and then in MLS we see soccer club. Like, what if you were just like the company, like the New York company?
I feel like
that's like a badass like team name.
I have no idea what the team name would even be, although it's like it has to be like something like stocks related. I feel it would only make sense to make it like.
What's the movie with Uncle Stevie in it that's coming out about the GameStop memes? Do you know about this?
No, I actually don't know that at all.
I'll have to show you the trailer because Vincent D'Onofrio is playing Steve Cohen. And
stop,
dude! This movie looks incredible.
That's great.
And he looks just like Steve Cohen the way that they have him dressed and garbed out and everything. The movie's loaded with a loaded cast.
So as of right now, there are 12 guys who are set up to play in the league. It's Tiger, Rory, John Rahm. I'm getting a FaceTime call. Justin Thomas, Ricky Fowler, Colin Morikawa, Matt Fitzpatrick, Justin Rose, Andrew Schauffele, Max Homa, Adam Scott, and Billy Horschel. Where they will go, I don't really know. If there will be more than 4 teams, I also don't really know. However, there is a wide net to cast in terms of really good players that you could get up on this group. The TGL New York page, like very bare bones right now. It says about TGL New York. New York represents the best of the best, and golf in our home state needs no introduction. From Shinnecock to Winged Foot to Bethpage, steeped in history of the sport, ready to take off the mantle and drive the game forward. Quote, Steve Cohen.
Lots of puns. Corporate Stevie in there.
I really just hope that like he doesn't get entrenched in this and all of a sudden the Mets just go to shit. Like James Dolan trying to run the Knicks and the Rangers. Like the Rangers have always been good, and the Knicks just sucked for the last like 15 years. And they're gonna have like one flash signing like Melo, and it's gonna be the only thing they do in like 12 years. Then again, it could be worse. The Sixers just signed Kelly Oubre, and it's
yeah, we did
one of the only single way players on the roster.
Yeah, but you know who else we have? We have greatest rap mention of all time on the roster. Mo Bamba is a Sixer.
Not intrigued.
Shout out Sheck
in
West.
The slightest. Young Sheck West, and I'm getting really rich. Classic.
I can't wait until like the Apple and Spotify like music charts come out and they break it, like they make playlists for like regions. I can't wait for Mo Bamba to be #1 in Philadelphia come like November.
They're gonna play it so much. I have a story from college when Mo Bamba first came out. I had standing within athletics, and for a hockey game, it was actually the Quinnipiac Yale hockey game. Really big deal in the Nutmeg State, mostly for Quinnipiac. Yale didn't even know what Quinnipiac was. But at the game, or at pregame, athletics puts out a tweet like hashtag Boomers Beats, because Boomer's the Bobcat, the mascot. And they're like, yo, like tell us what song we should play at the intermission. And I bought a sign to the game that was just hashtag Boomers Beats, Mo fucking Bamba. And I'm holding it, and I know the guy up in the booth who's handling the audio, and his name's John. And John was like 2 years older than me. But like he told me before, and he was like, I can't do this. And I was like, I'm gonna get the entire student section to start chanting Mo Bamba, Mo Bamba. We start singing it on our own. I just screamed top of my lungs, middle of the period. I got home, and everyone just starts fucking going. They get to the intermission. He plays it. He doesn't realize he's playing the explicit version in the fucking arena. He catches it because he drops the N-word. Keeps it going, though. He goes, all right. I'm going to blend in the clean version. He then stops the music right at the drop, and all you hear is 2,000 students go, oh, fuck. Shit. Bitch. Oh, my God. Parents were holding kids' ears. We got an email from like alumni who were like, I am so ashamed of the student section. I said, shut the fuck up. We're a bunch of drunk 21-year-olds trying to enjoy a hockey game.
You should have gone up to them and like found their email and just be like, yeah, I'm Shaq West and I'm getting really rich. Fuck you.
I wanted to go to them and be like, do you like apples? We played the fucking song. How do you like them apples? Talk about how do you like them apples. Sergio Garcia just tried to crack the Ryder Cup team. Segues are weird. He basically was like, yo, hey, I'll pay $700,000 in fines levied on me for jumping to live if I can get a spot on the roster. The DP World Tour went back to him and said, sir, if you don't remember, you resigned your tour card from the DP World Tour. You can give us the money. You're not making the roster. The most facepalm moment for someone like Sergio Garcia, whose whole career is basically just taking the complete nosedive, went from the all-time winningest Ryder Cup player in singles or just in any event in general as an overall points getter to now being basically the laughingstock of European golf and somebody who's only going to be known as the absolute crybaby of LIV is hilarious to me. I can't get over it, honestly. It's terrific.
Yeah, that's fucking wild. Like
he's an absolute train wreck.
It's like the episode of SpongeBob when Plankton's telling him to be more assertive, and then that eel comes along asking for you can have it.
My God, stop.
Sergio is here's my money. You can have it.
Sergio's whole career has turned into fun. Fire that burns down the whole town and uranium bombs. No survivors.
When you jump to LIVGolf.
Oh my God. You know, have you ever watched the and I don't like Colin Cowherd, but like he had an editor who used to like make like meme songs.
Mm-hmm.
And he did a clip to like We Didn't Start the Fire, but it was all the Browns quarterbacks the last like 20 years. I'm sure you can make a really good We Didn't Start the Fire, like moments from the PGA Tour over the past 4 years.
Oh yeah. And
Sergio Garcia's got to show up in at least 6 of them. And the only other LIV headline is going to be Bryson DeChambeau getting hit by a rope.
Yeah, and then Brooks winning every major.
Yeah, that tracks too. Wow, we're only 33 minutes into the show, and the fact that like we're almost already done is kind of crazy. We're saving the entirety of our Ryder Cups show until next week when we can actually preview it. We can discuss who's playing in doubles, who's playing in the 4-ball, who's playing in the singles. Ben and I are going to break down the entire thing, the whole kit and caboodle. But unfortunately, with no PGA event this week, that means that we have no beer money. However, we're going to give a shout out to our friends over at Kenwood Beer because we absolutely love them. I want to thank you, KB, for getting me some nice Kennies.
Oh yeah, you tried your first Kenny.
Oh, it was so freaking good, man.
Yeah,
that stuff rocks. No, the Kennies were great. But while we have no beer money,
we got beer games.
We have beer games. It's game time, folks. And we're
Kenwood beer games.
We're gonna play a little game called European Golfer or European EDM Artist.
Levels, baby, levels.
Now, I want to preface this. We have 12 pieces. They're gonna get harder as we go. Certain EDM artists, so like some of them use their actual names. The ones who do not use their actual name, i.e., put their actual name in the questions. So like but they're gonna get progressively harder. We start with Robin Scholes. Is he a European golfer or a European EDM artist?
Can I just get and just so everybody knows, here are my hands. I'm not Googling anything. Can I get the spelling of Scholes?
Here. All right. So oh my God. What? What timing?
Impeccable
timing to include Ben on the show. Ben, it's the end of the show. Because
real quick, Steven, that sounded like he had like an orgasm.
I did.
We're like, oh, Oh,
Oh my god.
oh.
Wow, the Wi-Fi in Florida or in Georgia is terrible. He's just stuck in that face.
He is an enigma.
He is in fact a enigma. We gotta thumbnail that photo for Ben. Like right now.
That's the thumbnail.
That's the thumbnail for Ben. I've never seen a man smile more in my life. Yeah, wow. All right, his Wi-Fi is terrible, so I'm just gonna let him go. Sorry, Ben. I love you.
I'll see if he moves.
Yeah, if he moves, we'll add him back in. But yes, let me get you the naming of our person here. So I will spell this out right now, and I'll make sure to have everybody down as well. So we start with Robin Scholes.
Okay.
Now, also, like, if they are an EDM artist, they probably cannot play a song that they produce, or else they're probably going to get copyrighted, right? All right, so we're out on that one.
My heart says EDM. My brain says golfer. I'm going to lean EDM on this one.
You are, in fact, correct. Robin Scholes is an EDM artist. Yes. Like, literally, like, after the show, I'll give you these names. Like you look up. I didn't even know who he was, honestly, but like the first song by Robin Scholes, I was like, okay, I know exactly what song this is. It's the one that's like, I don't know. I'm really bad at guessing these things. Number 2, Armin van Buuren.
Gotta be a golfer. Final answer. Final answer.
He is an EDM artist.
God damn it.
He is an EDM artist. I also realized when curating this list that like 95% of these people are like Danish or Swedish. And it makes it so much funnier. Third up, we have Rasmus Højgaard.
Golfer.
He is in fact a golfer. He's actually the brother of Nikolai Højgaard, who's on the Ryder Cup team. So, yes, Rasmus Højgaard. He's a Danish golfer. Again, brother or maybe twin of Nikolai Højgaard. He is currently the 25th ranked player on the road to Dubai, basically the European Cup version of.
He should be nicknamed Yogi Bear.
It would make sense. All right, so Ben is back. We're gonna see if the Wi-Fi is getting better for him. Yeah, we'll see. Ben's still black screen.
Oh,
wait.
There we go.
Hi.
Wait, working now.
Yes.
Yes. Your Wi-Fi is terrible in Florida, in Georgia.
Well,
It's much better now.
Well,
yeah, better now.
I'm in Georgia, you dummy.
How was your opening practice round?
My first practice round was good. 1 second. I tried to get on with my phone, and that was even actually slower. So I'm just gonna get out of that. My opening practice round was good.
Oh no.
The cliffhanger of the century.
Okay. How about now?
Yep, there you are. You're good.
Oh, I feel so bad. This is terrible.
It's okay. It's all right. We'll get through together.
All right. Great. No, my opening practice was good. Hit the ball really well. Hit it long, hit it straight. I putted really well today. Like, really well. I thought I was going to be in the clear because when I made the turn, I was playing by myself, which was clutch. Because I like to, hit a lot of extra putts and stuff in practice rounds. I walked to the 10th tee. There's someone on the tee. He goes, "Can I play with you?" I was like,
"Oh, God.
I guess so."
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
Seriously. And then he goes, and so he's like, "I got to run to my car." So he already teed off. He teed off. And then I'm standing over my 3-wood on this tee shot. And I just can tell there are 2 more guys just walked onto the tee. I nut this 3-wood down the middle, humbled this ball. And I look up, it's a player and a caddy, and I'm just like, you guys want to join us? They're literally on the tee box, and they're just like, yeah, sure. Yeah. And they're like, can this other guy join too? I was like, sure.
What is this, a fucking clubhouse?
It's awful. So, and I didn't get to do exactly what I wanted to do on the back nine, even though I hit it well. I didn't get to hit as many putts. So, but other than that, it was good. I like the course. It suits my game really well. I feel comfortable on the greens, which is really important. So, yeah, no, it was a very good day for your boy. So,
What course is this?
Brunswick Country Club in Brunswick, Georgia.
Very nice. What's the weather like?
Low 80s. Low 80s.
Right.
There was a pretty steady breeze when I left, but no, it was good. Definitely good.
Nice. Wow, the inner introvert was just screaming inside of Ben, like, get the fuck away from me. Ben, you came at a fun time. So as we mentioned, there's no beer money this week. No event as we geared up for next week's preview. Obviously, I told everybody that we're going to be talking all about Ryder Cup predictions for who's playing in the singles and the 4-ball and so on. Obviously, a full breakdown, but we're instead playing some beer games. We're playing We're playing beer games, European golfer or European EDM artist, because KB does not know basically anybody on the DP World Tour. So we're having a really good time.
Or European EDM artist for that matter.
I feel like, it's funny because like some of them, like, you'll know. The ones whose names are like Avicii is obviously somebody different. But like
Okay, real quick.
Yeah.
My internet crapped out. So what are we doing here?
So we're playing a game. It was during the fall swing last year, I think, that I quizzed KB. It was American golfer or country artist. That was a really good one. Now we're doing European golfer or European EDM artist. At some point, because a friend of mine did this when he had a radio show in college, it was Russian hockey player or Russian politician. That's a really good one.
That's a tough one.
That'll put the brain in a pretzel.
There's 48,000 guys named Gorbachev playing in the KHL. Like, come on, man. What are you doing? But Ben, to catch you up, first 3 names off the board. Robin Scholes, European golfer or EDM artist?
Robin Scholes. EDM.
You're correct. Armin van Buren.
Oh, EDM. That's easy.
All right. See, he knows that one. This one you will know. Rasmus Højgaard.
Golfer.
Yes, the brother of
Yeah.
McAvoy. Højgaard. All right. Fourth up. This is a fun one. Alessio Renato Rodolfo Lindbaum. EDM artist or
EDM.
European golfer?
All I heard when you read that off was Esteban from Sweet Life of Zach and Cody.
Esteban Julio Ricardo Montoya de la Rosa Ramirez, the fourth. How you doing?
EDM.
Yeah, I'm gonna go EDM.
It isn't EDM artist. The EDM artist is literally just Alessio. It's his first name.
Yeah, that was a
Wow.
good one.
So there you go, boys. Good job. All right, I'm also like typing these out for KB as we go. So give me a hot second, and I will get you the next one. Next one up, we have Alexander Bjork.
Golfer.
He is a golfer. He is a Swedish golfer.
5 for 5.
I promise you, I'm going to fuck you up at some point.
I missed
And
one.
it's going to be really funny.
Well, I listen to a lot of EDM, so I should.
That's your alley.
Yeah.
Alexander Bjork, number 7 currently in the road to Dubai in the European FedEx Cup point list, however you want to call that. Next up, we have Chish Michel Vervest. I will tell you right now, this is, if the rest of the EDM artists, these are their actual birth names, not their EDM names. So like everybody else that you'll see, that this is what it'll be.
I want to call this guy TJ Maxx so bad.
Also, if it is an EDM artist and you want to give me their actual like performer name, I'll give you double points.
Okay.
This is definitely This is definitely an EDM artist.
Something's telling me to go golfer, so I'm gonna go golfer.
It is an EDM artist.
Was
Ben,
I right?
Ben, you were right. I'll give you the honors first. Do you want to take a crack at guessing who the actual artist is?
These are all European EDM artists, correct?
Yes, everyone is from Europe.
Maybe it's someone from like Swedish House Mafia. I don't know.
He goes by the stage name Tiesto.
Oh, I should have known that.
Who actually
He's
I saw?
European?
Yes, he's
I
European.
didn't know
Do you
that.
see his fucking name? He sounds like
Well, no,
someone.
no, no.
He sounds
No,
like
no, no, no,
someone
no.
who belongs on the German Pitch Perfect team.
No, I didn't think that. I was like, maybe it's Tiesto, but I'm like, I don't know if he's European. That's why I asked.
I was with you there too, because like my brain puts Tiesto and Diplo in the same like
yeah.
realm. And the
Diplo
funny part
American?
is like
He is
Diplo's from Philly.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's Dutch. Next up, we have Joost Luiten.
That's a golfer. That's a
Golf.
golfer. He always looks like he needs a bath.
Oh my god! I'm gonna fucking piss myself.
He needs to change his name.
Yes,
to
he-
used Lubin.
Yes, he is a French golfer. Oh my god, that's so funny. Apparently, Nick Chubb also might have just torn every single ligament in his leg.
No way.
Yeah. So
Oh my god.
huge loss considering I was going to take him first round in the draft and I got saved because he was taken already. Next up, we have Thorbjorn Olesen.
Oh, he's a golfer.
Golf.
He's a. Oh my god. He is a nightmare.
He is, in fact, a golfer. He is the 13th ranked player currently in the road to Dubai. He is Danish. All right, we have two left that I've got here as I write down their names. Ooh.
Oh, I just saw the Nick Chubb video.
Yeah, terrible, right?
Oh,
Awful. Next up, we have Don Pepjin Shipper.
this is
I
European
literally
Dr.
thought that
Pepper.
last name was.
That's European
No, that's
Dr.
a
Pepper.
strip.
Final answer. 23
23.
flavors.
That is a EDM artist.
Yeah, EDM.
That is an EDM artist. Do you want to guess who the artist is? It's kind of a dead giveaway.
Start Don.
Is that Dead Mouse?
No.
Is his stage name? Part of it's Don, right?
It is Don.
Ah.
Also, did you know that Dead Mouse? Well, he's Canadian.
Huh.
I didn't know that.
I've seen Dead Mouse.
Don Diablo, is that a?
It is Don Diablo. Atta boy. Atta boy. Benji.
What's
I'm
I'm like
fired
9
today.
right now.
All right. The only person on this list who is not European, but I put him in here anyways because I think it might stump you. Christopher Comstock.
I just saw that last name and I just started laughing.
Christopher Comstock.
Comcock. Oh man, he's not your. What?
EDM.
Horrible.
Oh, wait, let me think. I gotta think about this one.
Oh my god.
He's got to be EDM because if he. Well, how about this? What nationality is he?
He's American.
Oh yeah, he's EDM.
EDM.
He is an EDM artist. Do you know who the artist is?
Is it someone from the Chainsmokers?
No. I fucking hate the Chainsmokers. I wouldn't even put them in here because they don't
I've
deserve
seen the
time of day.
Chainsmokers live. Very good live.
All right,
Yeah,
maybe
I'd rather
so,
Stage
like,
presence.
I guess.
Who is that? He's American.
It's not Diplo, is it?
No.
Okay.
No.
Diplo's name's actually Thomas Wesley Pence.
I don't know,
That's
man.
Thomas
Who is it?
his name.
It's Marshmallow.
Who?
Marshmallow. Christopher Connors.
Oh wait,
is
we,
Marshmallow.
we finally know Marshmallow's identity.
Oh yeah, no, he took his helmet off once at like, the MTV Music Awards, I think it was, like years ago.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, no,
I don't know that.
he revealed himself. All right, next up, Oliver Heldens.
EDM.
Yeah, EDM.
It is an EDM artist, and his name's literally Oliver Heldens.
Am I like 11 for 11 right now?
I think yes, but also like it doesn't help that it also it doesn't help that you literally know the golfers. So at that point, process of elimination, you're like, oh well, he isn't this, so you might as well.
But Ben also nailed the one or two of the stage names.
That is true. Well, Don Diablo is pretty obvious because his first name's literally Don. But
Wait, what happened?
I said you nailed the stage names too. So
Wait, Steven said something. He was like, it doesn't help that what?
you know the
I mean,
golfers.
yeah.
I'm a professional golfer. Of course I'm going to, like, come on. Like,
No,
Of course, I'm gonna know the boys,
All right. Anyways,
the fellas.
fellas.
I was gonna put for the hell of it Millennium in here, but I know KB knows him.
Who?
Millennium.
I have no idea who that is.
You know who that is?
You don't know who Millennium is? Oh, he's awesome.
I could have swore you knew who he was.
I don't think so.
I listen to him. He's really good.
Wait, then what's the song for the main pod then?
That is Arkell's People's Champ.
Arkell's. I don't know why I thought it was Millennium. All right, never mind. All right. Well, thank you boys for playing Beer Games, European Golfer, or Euro EDM Artist, brought to you by our friends over at Kenwood Beer. Classic. What a show.
Electric. That's one of my favorite things that you do for me on the show.
It's so fun. Like here, hold on here. Just for the hell of it, because I feel like this could be a really, really, really funny thing. Let's.
How's my hat look? Good.
I love that Ben is pulling off the Paul Wall sideways hat look right now.
Content creators, baby.
Here we go. So, just because I mentioned it,
I think Steve inherited the bad wife.
hold on.
Yeah, seriously, he's the one that's getting stuck now.
Am I cutting out?
Yeah, you keep like I
Am I cutting out all of a sudden? Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, boys.
I said Steve inherited the bad Wi-Fi.
All right. So because I brought it up, I want to just do this. Russian hockey player or Russian politician, Andrei Belousov.
If I get this right, this is a walk-off home run. That's what we call a callback.
wait, what? Hockey player or what?
Russian hockey player or Russian politician? Andrei Belousov.
Hockey player.
Hockey player.
He's the first deputy prime minister of the Russian Republic. Next
I love
up, we got
I love how I go 11 for 11 and I completely whiff on the first one.
oh my god. Next up, we got Alexander Mogilny.
Politician.
Jinx.
Hockey player. Idiots. All right. Oh my god. All right.
Oh, he's frozen again. Look at him.
He's so happy.
Can we please take a picture? My laptop randomly restarted. Wait, please get one. Okay, Katie, try to take a picture of this before it goes. Please, please, please. Oh my god.
He's so happy.
Oh, then there were two.
Oh, it's so funny.
When I was cutting out before, could you guys hear me at all?
No.
Oh my
It was like one word, and then like you froze too, and it's like the perfect thumbnail picture.
No way, really?
You were like frozen in the camera, just like we were like, oh, there's Ben's thumbnail. Oh, that was so funny.
God. Wait, so when someone freezes, like what, like, so it doesn't pick up the person that gets frozen? Is that how it works?
What do you mean?
So like since Steven froze, does it pick up us as we're speaking while he's frozen?
Yeah, so like we're good. It's just his end like froze.
Oh my god! So you couldn't hear anything of what I was saying then? Like,
No.
wow.
When you froze, I didn't hear anything.
That's disappointing.
You were just like,
Did you get? Oh, that's perfect then, because then you can you can just grab the
I can
thumbnail.
just find that spot and then grab the thumbnail.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, that was like 40 something, like early 40s, late 30s, early 40s. That's just as good then. Oh my god, how long do you think it? Oh man, this is crazy. It's like
So
talking
funny.
about my Wi-Fi is like shitty.
Then it just transferred to him. He said Russian spies. The oligarch got his ass.
Putin's onto him. Oh my gosh.
There he is.
Oh, he's back. I was gonna say
Stephen McAvoy or Russian plant.
Hey!
I was hacked by the Russians.
What?
I am convinced that I was hacked by the fucking Russians.
You still might be.
Yeah, you still might be. You keep like
You're
freezing.
a little slow there, but
You're like,
Dude. I mean, there's a storm going on here. I don't know what the fuck like happened. All of a sudden, I'm getting hacked by the fucking Russian government.
they
Who's
heard you
watching
talking
me?
shit. They heard
On
me
that
and Ben
note, let's get that-
confusing. They heard Ben and I confusing politicians and hockey players and said, "Where's the source?"
Yeah, seriously. Yo, my biceps look huge. Look at that thing.
Yeah,
Oh
they
my
probably
God.
thought that they were like nuclear weapons coming for the stream.
Like human built-in.
Shut down that human golf podcast.
Wow. Yep. Did you guys see the video I sent you of my dinner?
I saw the thumbnail of it. I didn't click on it.
Bro,
to
I
watch.
ate the whole thing.
That looks so good.
I ate the entire thing. It was delicious. It was so good. Despite despite the screaming child in the bar. That
It
was
love
looks
that
bomb.
for you.
Love the pretzel on the side
that
option
was
too.
great.
Just for the
That's
sheer purpose of making sure that I don't cut out again, I'm just gonna end the show here and we'll chat off air because I don't want to like get half of the Russians again and all of a sudden I have like the KGB storming into my apartment and I get like
It's like Stranger
Like,
Things, fucking season 3.
No,
Steve's going through a portal.
Have you ever seen the streamers who like people call like SWAT teams on them?
Yeah, they get swatted.
Yeah, like that's gonna happen to me in about 5 minutes. So I'm just gonna
That's a
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, there's people that'll like dox like somebody's address and then like they'll send the SWAT team to their fucking house where they're streaming from and then they'll get got.
Yeah,
It's
crazy.
highly like it should be illegal.
Wait, like, do they have like probable cause to like?
No, like they get like a tip, I guess, but like it's a fake tip.
That's
It's horrible.
This is the most 1997 podcast right now. It's like we're on dial-up. I'm the only one with clean Wi-Fi.
We got one guy with his hat on backwards. We got another one with the hat to the side.
This
Only
is gonna
one
be
guy
such a
has-
hilarious clip.
All we're missing is someone doing the Allen Iverson where it's like that.
It was like that. Kind of like that, right?
Ben, you look just like Eminem right now at 8 Mile.
I could totally see that, actually. Yeah.
Like you could pass off for it so well. All right.
Like really
On that note,
isn't Eminem like really short?
I don't know, is he?
I think he is. I think he's like, yeah, I think he's tiny.
Regardless, with that being said, I think it's time for us to sign off. Thank you, everybody, for watching, tuning in to the Get in the Hole podcast. KB, Ben Pirro for the last 10. Steve McAvoy here. Like, subscribe, follow YouTube, Insta, Twitter, my Twitter, KB's Twitter, Ben's Twitter, our Instagrams, literally everything. If it isn't for you, I don't eat. I'm just kidding. I'm doing totally fine with it. So please give us a follow, like, subscribe. Let us know how you're thinking about the show. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. I'm totally kidding. I'm starving here. Please give us some love. And, of course, shout out to our sponsors over at Kenwood Beer, PHI Power Co., and Tomahawk Shades. Episode 121 in the books. Next week, the Ryder Cup breakdown, the mega breakdown you've been looking forward to. Trying to get in contact with the assistant pro over in Marco Simone. That would be amazing. See if we can swing that. But regardless, we're going to give you all of the content that you need from both the average Joe and the pros perspective. And Ben, I will be playing 2K to see some course knowledge of Marco Simone golf course. For Kyle Bennett, that's Ben Pirro. I'm Steve. Thanks for listening to Get in the Hole, the official golf podcast of Underground Sports Philadelphia. Catch us every week wherever you get your favorite podcasts, and be sure to like and subscribe on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Get in the Hole Pod, and follow Underground Sports Philadelphia at Underground PHI. We'll see you next time, and remember, get in the hole!